Should arming teachers be part of the solution for reducing gun massacres? Hi everybody, this is Dr. David with another Ask Dr. David video. And this is a question that came up over the past week in light of everything that's been going on with all of the murders and the massacres that we are seeing in our country related to guns. And we will be doing a much deeper dive, looking into the topic of gun safety, gun regulations, gun deaths as part of our conversation that we're going to have for National Gun Violence Awareness Day. But this was an interesting question that I would like to just quickly address now. Now, this is a very nuanced question because there's lots that comes up for this. And I do think that it is something that can be part of the conversation for the comprehensive solution. Now, one thing for sure is that no matter what, this should not be a requirement for teachers. Many teachers do not feel comfortable with guns, do not want to have anything to do with guns, as do a large percentage of our population. And certainly that is not something that should be forced upon anybody. But is there a fair question to be asked about what about teachers who are trained, who are comfortable, who want guns on them for their own protection? What do we do with that? And I see different angles from this. First of all, who would be allowed, which teachers would be allowed to, what would be required of them? Do they need to have quarterly trainings? Do they need to have background checks happening more often? Do they need to go through proficiency skills testing and something like that in order to have in the classroom in the first place? Now, what about, do some families may want to have their kid in a classroom that there is somebody who is armed and trained to do that, but there may be other families who do not. They do not want their kids anywhere near guns, let alone somebody who may never have been in a military type of situation, who would have to make a sudden moment decision, who may never have done that before, having people with having somebody having access to a gun in that type of situation. Also, we know that different populations, and especially minority populations, black and brown, who already have a significant distrust of some of the authorities. I know that this has come up in terms of officers, police officers, and who can carry a gun, considering that there is a perception amongst some of people in the communities that they may be more of a target of having something done against them because of the history of our country. Now, I do find it ironic that we are talking about the potential for arming our teachers with weapons, yet at the same time, for how long has it been that we have not armed our teachers with the basic materials that they need to properly teach our children, proper up-to-date books, materials, art supplies, writing supplies, etc. I realize that if there were to be some type of situation where, as a society, we were comfortable having armed teachers and spending the money to do that, makes you wonder where else should we be spending our money in terms of support of our teachers and our children and their education. So anyways, we will be talking much more about this in time to come. I realize that this is a national conversation, but as with most things, I see that this is a nuanced question, and I don't think that there's a simple black and white answer, but wanted to kind of get the ball rolling. So have a nice day.